going on, guys? Seth Spartan here. Guys, got a super important video for you guys today. Boom. You want to make sure to give us a watch to the end. Today we're going to be talking about the huge, big dangers of the carnivore diet. Boom. So let's get right into this, guys. All right, so you guys already know, you watch my channel, you know what my thoughts are on this already. You know that I'm a huge carnivore diet advocate, carnivore, low carb. You already know, most of you guys should know my thoughts right now on the carnivore diet. Having said that, guys, we got to cover some big dangers regarding this diet. Boom. Because guess what? Most people don't actually know about this. So a lot of people switch to carnivore, or they switch to low carb, or they switch to typically some sort of carnivore diet, whether they're doing meat only, Spartan carnivore, meat only, or meat and eggs, or maybe meat, eggs, cheese, some butter, depending on what version of the carnivore, or even carnivore with some fruit, which we'll get into that in a different video. But the punchline is this: most of the time people are doing one of these diets. Why? To basically increase not only their health and lifestyle choices, but also to get performance results. Now, there's a huge problem with this, and I don't hear any of the doctors, I don't hear any of the advocates, whether it's Sean Baker or any of these other guys, these big names. I don't hear them talking about this. Maybe they have, and I'm wrong. But my big upset is that they're always talking about the carbs and the sugar, which is true, because tons of processed carbs and tons of processed sugar, the negative health detriments are extreme in terms of how many there are. High blood pressure, we're talking about damage to arteries, blood vessels. We can go on, insulin sensitivity, hormone function. But they're always talking about this thing, but they're not talking about some other serious consequences of people that don't know anything and get into the carnivore diet. And listen to what I'm about to say, guys. Don't shut the video off. Listen to what I'm about to say. Because this was me until not too long ago. Because guess what? People aren't talking about this. A lot of people don't know this. But I'm sick of the people, whether they're doctors, influencers, they talk about the carbs and sugar, but they don't talk about the rest of the problems with meat. What am I talking about? I'm not talking about the meat itself, but I'm saying the quality and what they're doing to it. Okay, so most people don't know this. There's two huge problems. People switch to carnivore for the health benefits or performance, but guess what? A lot of the times in bacon, sausages, and depending on where you get your meat, a lot of the meats, they contain sodium nitrate and sodium phosphate, among other poisonous additives. Sodium nitrate, guys, I talk about this in my new book, Super Male. Sodium nitrate directly causes cancer, and it is poisonous to you, okay? Why? Sodium nitrate is safe until you digest it, and what happens? Sodium nitrate, you eat it. Sodium nitrate is packed in bacon, sausages, all sorts of meat. As a preservative, the sodium nitrate is safe until you consume it, and guess what happens? It interacts with your stomach acid and bile, and guess what happens? It turns into something called nitrosamine or nitrosamines. Nitrosamine is directly poisonous. It's a super strong carcinogen, period. This is known around the globe, no matter what scientist you talk to. Nitrosamines are incredibly poisonous and they cause cancer. Why? Because they cause cellular damage. So the US government won't allow you to directly eat nitrosamine because it's poisonous, but they'll let you consume sodium nitrate, which converts into nitrosamine because of your stomach acid. Okay, this stuff is insane. So listen to what I'm saying, guys. So to all these people who are switching to carnivore or some sort of version of a carnivore diet for health reasons, guess what? That's great, but you better tell them not to eat these poisons, because people are switching to lose weight or be healthy, and the thing is, they're going to I'm going to eat meat. So they get bacon, they get sausages, they get meat that contains sodium nitrate, and guess what they're doing? They're poisoning themselves, because this poison is in our foods. I talk about this at length in my book, Super Male, okay? Period. Okay, moving on from that. Let's talk about sodium phosphate, because all this hate from sodium nitrate is mounting, okay? This stuff should be illegal, it should be banned, but it's not, okay? Because the government allows poison in our foods, and we can get into the whole healthcare and medical system in a different video, okay? Because that's a whole nother billion-dollar industry on, they make money because people are sick, right? Okay, forgetting all that, let's move into sodium phosphate. Sodium phosphate, they used to say this, and you'll find this stuff online, sodium phosphate is okay in moderation as long as you don't have kidney disease or kidney issues. You know what we find now, and thank you to the Germans that put all this information out? No, even if you're perfectly healthy, you have good kidneys, sodium phosphate still does you damage, and it's still terrible for you. I'm going to take this shirt off. I'm getting too... I keep nipping anyway, so what's the point? Okay, so sodium phosphate, they used to think it was fine, but guess what? Thank the Germans that put all this information out. Guess what? It doesn't matter if you've got good kidneys or if you're healthy, sodium phosphate is still poisonous. Why? What you'll hear in America by the medical community and the brainwashed medical community and the FDA and all this stuff, you know what they'll tell you? They'll tell you that, oh well, sodium phosphate is safe. You know why? Because you ingest phosphates sometimes naturally in your food. Okay, first off, the phosphates you ingest naturally in your food are in one, super low amounts, and then two, the bioavailability is super low. What's that mean? Your body does not absorb much of it. So it's not very low quantity, and your body also doesn't absorb much of it. Why? It's in an organic form. Hopefully I worded that correctly. Okay, the sodium phosphate or phosphates that they're putting in your meat and in your food, bacon, sausages, check all your meat for this junk, by the way. Guess what? The sodium phosphate they're putting in there is not. It's inorganic and it's molecularly changed, so your body absorbs a ton of it. It's super highly absorbed and it's in large amounts. So you have the double whammy effect here of being in a different form, so your body absorbs almost all of it, and also it's in way higher quantities. What do we find? What do we find even in young healthy males? The phosphate level is directly correlated to plaquing up your arteries. Why? Plain and simple, guys, phosphates damage your arteries and blood vessels, period. And this is why sodium phosphate directly damages kidneys, okay? Okay, why? Because it destroys the blood vessels and the nephrons. The nephrons are the little balls inside your kidneys that actually filter your blood out. So if you want to destroy your kidneys and destroy your blood vessels and plaque up your arteries, you better consume a lot of food with sodium phosphate, okay? So these are two poisons, guys, that are found in abundance in meat, in processed meat. So if you go on carnivore and you think you're going to eat healthy and be healthy and give this stuff to your kids, you better check your bacon, you better check your sausages, you better check any meat products to number one, make sure they don't have these things, okay, and also that they don't have any additives, because there's a lot of other terrible things they add into meat nowadays, and more people need to talk about this. Okay, I'm going to break this next part into another video. So this is what I need to talk to you guys about. Carbon monoxide spraying. What am I talking about? They spray your meat with carbon monoxide, the same exact garbage that comes out of your car. Why do they spray your meat? Okay, so I'm going to post a picture. I'm going to show you my book real quick. So this is what you need to know. Okay, so this is my book, Super Male. It's out now on Amazon. Go get it if you want to change your life. Nutrition, training, hormones, drugs, anabolic steroids, everything's in this book, okay? TRT, everything. So this is my new book, but I want to show you guys, I put this in here too. This is what there you go. You should be able to see it. This is what they do to your meat. So they doesn't matter if your cow, your beef, your pork, whatever meat you're eating, it doesn't matter if it's grain-fed or grass-fed. What they do is the meat comes out, it looks a certain way, it looks like this, okay? This here is a good picture. It looks like this, normal piece of meat, and they say, well, we want to make it bright red. We want to make it redder so people buy it, okay? So you know what they do? They take your meat, they kill the cow, they butcher the meat, or they butcher the cow, whatever. They take the meat, and guess what they do? They spray it with carbon monoxide, the same trash that comes out of your car, and this turns your meat from this to this, bright red. So now you have bright red meat. And here's another picture where they didn't spray it as much, but they still sprayed it. Untreated versus treated. And this is, again, in my book, Super Male. I talk about all this stuff, all the additives, all the garbage. So what happens is that they say, as of right now, they say, oh, it's most likely safe, okay? They're spraying your meat with carbon monoxide, and it creates something called, It binds to the myoglobulin inside of the meat and forms carboxymyoglobulin, okay? Hard name to pronounce, but I put that in there as well. So change the myoglobulin to carbomonoxyglobulin, and they say it's most likely safe. It's probably safe to still eat. Okay, Here's the thing. They don't know for 100% certainty if this is actually safe or not. We'll find out in 10, 15 years if it's poisonous, if it's killing you. But for right now, they think it's safe. Okay, you're a guinea pig. So do not buy your meat from this stupid, Metro Market, Pick and Save, Walmart, all these places. You want to make sure your meat is unsprayed, and it's easy to check to make sure it's unsprayed. Okay, if it's bright red or if it's red, it's been sprayed with carbon monoxide. And if it's not, take a look at the pictures in my book, or type it in online, carbon monoxide sprayed meat, and look up regular meat. You can go to the store. I can go to all these tons of stores. They don't even give you an option, but I can go to these stores and I can easily once you look at the images, you can go to the store and say, oh no, this one's been sprayed, this hasn't. Like when I go to Aldi's, I can find pork that's sprayed and unsprayed. When I go to Aldi's, I can see what beef has been sprayed and unsprayed. And then also make sure you check the ingredients. If it says beef and then natural flavors, or pork and natural flavors, don't buy it. You want one ingredient and you want to make sure it's unsprayed. Because again, it's the same thing with the stupid baby bottles. Oh, it's safe until they find out the plastic they're making out actually, no, it's causing cancer, it's poisonous. Or, whether it's the water bottles or the asbestos or, lead paint's safe. Okay, so right now they think it's safe, but we don't know in 10, 15 years if the carbon monoxide spraying is poisonous, if it's bad for you. Guys, Seth Spartan, boom, stay safe, stay healthy. Listen to what I'm saying. If you're going carnivore for health reasons or health benefits, or you want to change your life, but guess what? Now you're eating this trash, this bacon and the sausages, and you're eating meat with additives. You're eating meat with additives such as sodium nitrate, sodium phosphate, or other additives, or you're eating stuff that's been carbon monoxide sprayed. You need to change what you're doing, okay? You better check your meat also. And I'm sick of these, again, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm sick of the doctors and advocates for the carnivore diet. They will talk about carbs and sugar all day, but people switch to carnivore or some sort of modification of the carnivore diet. And guess what? They don't tell them they don't tell them about the poison that there is also in the meats. You better learn to check the stuff. Check it for additives and check it for carbon monoxide spraying. Seth Spartan, boom, stay safe, stay healthy. Please be smart. Buy my new book, Super Male, if you want me to list all the studies and get more into depth on this. Otherwise, I could care less. Just take care of your health, take care of your body. Because in the same way that they process food and make the carbs you're buying at the store full of poison and trash, they do the same thing with the meat, guys. All right? Seth Spartan, stay safe, stay healthy. And tell the other people, the other carnivore advocates, or people that are pushing this, they better start talking about the meat, because you can't just go to any store and buy meat and not have poison in it. We're out of here.